last year in the day competition. Essendon going left to right into the breeze in the first quarter as bright sunshine breaks out at Waverley. This should be a cracking game. The hand pass goes astray. Hall gets the ball up. Lord on the run. Pokes it in short. The Cats with the breeze. Mensch the hand pass into Brewer, and Brewer snaps for goal in the first minute, but he's way offline and out of bounds on the full. We'll be joined in commentary by Ian Robertson and Terry Wheeler. Gavin Dorr still with us. Afternoon, boys.
Good afternoon, Drew, and it's a pleasure to see the sun shining after last night's atrocious conditions. Chris Danaher takes the football away to Mark Fraser. Fraser's kick into the middle of the ground for the Bombers. Contest between Cransberg and McGrath. Free kick, clearly pointed out, is to be taken by Cransberg. His long left foot kick in towards half forward, gathered by Kersner. Kersner's hand pass is pretty good. Cockatoo Collins shrugs the tackle brilliantly, gets around onto his right foot. The kick is disappointing, but able to recover the position for the Bombers is Lloyd. Lloyd's kick across the half forward, and a good mark taken by Chris Danaher. Danaher 45 to 50 metres from goal. A lovely long kick into the breeze. It registers a score, and it is a behind. So the first score between the Cats and the Bombers is a behind to Essendon. Barnes marks the kick in, gets it away to McGrath. Geelong go down the ground.
Long kick by Tim McGrath. Here's a chance for Lynch. Gets away from Grenvold. Lynch's left footer, a centering kick, all Geelong here. And the rifleman, Grant Tanner, takes the mark. To the true centre half forward position, and Brewer has been prominent early. Good juggled mark there. Strong breeze at his back. Doesn't go for the score this time. Keeps it in low, and that's Biddiscombe getting the ball up. It's on the 50-metre line. Tapped out, comes to Lloyd. Doolan slides a little hand pass across, and now the Bombers on the run. That was Berbakoff, up to half forward. Good tackle by the Bombers. The hand pass comes out to Cockatoo Collins. He burns off the defence shoal with pace and should goal. Cockatoo Collins has missed.
Drew, what sensational pace there from Shea Cockatoo Collins. He set up the first scoring opportunity, which was a behind. That one he should have nailed.
Kick in is taken for Geelong by Derek Hall. His short pass has been marked by Lord. Lord is still close to the 50-metre line for the Bombers. A succession of hand passes. McKinnon was in the middle of them, then on the end of it. A little pass to Barnes. Barnes hand pass. Looks for Lord. He's tackled. Ball spills free. Kick forward by Mercedes. A high ball out towards the wing. Lloyd, it's punched away. Chance for Geelong. Couldn't quite break clear there, Biddiscombe. And the umpires picked a free kick out. Maybe didn't try to move the ball on after hitting the ground. And he's been penalised. The free kick is with Mercedes. Mercedes goes to the middle of the ground. Chris Danaher looks for the hand pass further away from goal. Then forced to kick with the left foot. Not too bad. Fraser and Tanner. Still a contest there. Tanner's a chance. Hand pass away. Through goes Scholl. In turn Lynch. And then McGrath for Geelong. McGrath's kick in towards centre half forward. The race is on. Mansfield playing in the forward line. Made his name at Geelong as a defender. I think he played All-Australian, selected All-Australian, Michael Mansfield. Another chance again here for Essendon to clear the pack. Grenvold gets it out to Pryor. Pryor to Mercedes. Mercedes a little bit of time to steady, but nearly put himself into an awkward posse. Back to Pryor. Pryor's kick in the Cockatoo Collins direction. And he keeps his footing. Very, very important. The short pass is good. And Essendon, through O'Connor, have a chance to kick the first goal of the game.
Robert Martin McKinnon is the Geelong player, the former Crow, who's got the job on Shea Cockatoo Collins, so he certainly has a tough initiation here, but big Ryan O'Connor, well within distance.
Bombers would be looking for some natural improvement from him, and that's a good kick. It's a goal. Kicked by O'Connor.
Well, the Bombers into a strong breeze, but they've had all the scoring, 1-2 to nothing. And in the previous match, Fremantle in particular proved you can score into the breeze here today. Not so much the case last night when it was pelting rain as well. Here go the Cats. Lord walks beautifully to get around Cransberg. Goes for a bit of distance with his kick to full forward. Over the head of Mensch. Colbert is there, buried in a magnificent tackle by Berbakoff. A snap by Mansfield. Looks all right. All clear and a goal.
So Michael Mansfield in on the forward line and certainly has done very well in that position at different times. There was a good move from Geelong, just starting to generate a little bit more run through the midfield. Big Mensch down there giving them the option, but Colbert, great defensive work here by Essendon, but Mansfield the one there to be able to tidy it up. So the half-back flanker still making a good fist of being a half-forward.
Bounce back at the centre, Essendon by 2 points.
Lovely, Darren.
O'Connor beaten for it by Barnes, but the Bombers there at ground level. Grenvold kicks it forward. Left half forward, Cockatoo Collins doing well there against McKinnon, looking to play on. Now may have been asked to do that. The kick has been intercepted by Scholl. He's grabbed a little high, able to get the hand pass away. McGrath combining with McKinnon. McKinnon, hand pass again. Lynch goes inside to Scholl. Scholl further down the ground. Lord, who's had quite a few touches in the first half. The short pass is good. Into the face there of Brewer. Brewer, short again. And perhaps a little awkward there for Riccardi. Pryor into the action. Not a lot of understanding between he and Scott Lucas. The Bomber defence is under a bit of pressure here. Riccardi overruns it. Pryor's underneath that for the Bombers. And the umpire's going to pick a free kick out. Gee, that was a bit of a severe one. Grant, you'd like to comment on Gavin, rather?
Yeah, I didn't see the actual indication for what the free kick was for. I'd like to see a replay of that one.
Well, we're lucky we've got that, but the umpire has to make the decision on the spot. It's a bit awkward, isn't it, at times? Maybe the fact that it's come back to him again.
Yeah, he probably dragged the ball in, and he's been tackled. No, didn't even try to get it out.
And the shot for goal, it's hit the post, so a three-pointer is registered by Geelong, and Pryor will kick in towards the 50-metre line. Danaher leaves it for Lucas. Now a chance for Barnard. Barnard gets it back to Hardwick. Hardwick's kick in towards the centre of the ground. It drops in short, well read by Fraser. Hand pass away. Masidi goes straight down the ground for Essendon. The kick is a little awkward. Kransberg and McGrath. McGrath desperate. Defenders doing well. Now Cockatoo Collins. A shot for goal by Shea Cockatoo Collins has been marked on the line.
The dock
by Wielden.
is back. The dock.
He's gone. Dragged by the jumper. Forced to play on. Fraser, Wielden, hand pass wildly. Back towards the middle of the ground. Taken away by Bitterscombe. Then Lynch. Back to Bitterscombe. And Bitterscombe's kick down towards the centre wing area where Hall has made good position for the Cats.
Hall from right centre wing, up towards the 50-metre line, pretty wide. Their last foray forward was down the corridor. This is down the boundary line, and Mansfield, you're gone. Tried to beat the tackler and was caught red hot by Paul Barnard, the ex-Hawk, who came in the swap for Paul Salmon. Kick by Barnard. Picks out Chris Danaher.
Back a couple, that's it. Right on it. Play on now.
Geelong in front by a point. 1-3 to 1-2. Ball in the centre of the ground. Scholl gets the hand pass away. Lynch had it spent before he got it. Then recovered well. Out to Tanner. He's kicked to centre half forward. Excellent mark taken in defence by Berbakoff, who's done some pretty good things. 21-year-old defender. Out to Grenvold. Up towards centre wing. And there's Ryan O'Connor. Far too big for Tanner. The hand pass back to Grenvold. To half forward. This time McKinnon, but should have taken the mark. Well, Cockatoo Collins is giving him heaps of bother and centres the ball beautifully. And Matthew Lloyd takes the mark. Played 5 senior games last year and looks a star in the making.
Well, Terry Wheeler, you made a comment even before the play got underway about McGrath being on the shorter Cockatoo Collins. They really haven't done all that much better with McKinnon being given a lot of strife out there on that half-forward line.
Yeah, Cockatoo Collins has started out in electric form here, Robbo.
Kicked by Lloyd. Ex-All-Australian Teal Cupper. Right through the middle.
Yeah, not a bad crowd here at Waverley for the second round of matches in the Lightning Premiership. This one between the Cats and the Bombers. Lord, pressured by Kransberg. Chris Danaher, Masidi. Hand pass further forward for O'Connor. O'Connor's long kick towards the goal square. And Wielden being held. And that's the way the umpire sees it. So the free kick is against Sanderson. And it'll be taken by Wielden in the forward pocket.
Gavin, once you take the front position, you've certainly got everything going for you, haven't you?
You've got a much better chance to actually get a free kick, especially when the defenders are sort of trying to wear you like a glove. And early observation there from Peter Carey was picked up the free kick.
So Wheeldon, he'd be looking for a goal here to give him a bit of a kick on in the Bomber colours. His kick for goal is good. So Darren Wheeldon has kicked his first goal in the red and black. Kevin Sheedy, very, very rarely do you get a smile on the face of Kevin Sheedy during a game of football, but Wheeldon would be pretty pleased with that.
As we see the free kick, Wheeldon taking the front position, just a little bit of arms clashing there, might have been something across the top of the head, but Essendon have done well. They've really weathered the early opening storm from Geelong where they attacked the ball, and now with the last 2 goals have done well.
Back in the middle, handy break to the Bombers. They work it out of the middle again. The kick by Masiti. Plenty of distance into the breeze. Sanderson couldn't quite take the mark. It comes off the shoal. Good vision. And they work the ball up the centre of the ground. They're getting free. Half volley by Barnes. Slides the ball back in. Lynch. Short of the 50. Now it's come unstuck. Masiti's had a few good little touches already. Doolan. Kick smothered. Ben Doolan, former Sydney Swan, and the Swans will be up next against Footscray in the final of the first round matches, live here on 7 Sport. And the ball held in. The umpire comes in and will throw the ball in the air. Ruckman just happened to be fairly handy, and that's Stephen King, number 1 for the Cats, a youngster from Shepparton. Grenvold has it. Hand pass put his teammate under pressure, but he got it away. Masiti, plenty of touches. Danaher might have pulled the ball in. That's what the Geelong players were claiming, but the umpire is going to throw the ball in the air.
Yeah, I don't think he actually got tackled then, so no free kick.
Gary Ayres on picture there. Riccardi. Very, very clear call from the umpire for the players to play on. The kick towards half forward in the Mansfield direction. And finding difficulty in controlling the ball there was Sean Wellman, helped out by Hardwick. The ball rebounds off a smother. Now Riccardi's a chance. Could nearly kick a goal. No, gives the hand pass away. Colbert goes back to Riccardi. Brilliant football by Geelong, but Riccardi lets himself down and misses off to the left.
He really should have had the shot the first time. He was the straight runner at the goal, but the handball off the Colbert really just didn't set it up as well as what they wanted to, and perhaps the first shot was the one that Peter Riccardi should have taken.
Pryor. He's got a very, very young face, hasn't he? Michael Pryor. His kick in towards the 50-metre area. Terrific mark taken by Brewer. Had the sit. Good hands, Shane Brewer. Probably too far out to score. Doesn't get all that much closer with this kick taken by Colbert. Some of the Cats, younger players, Colbert, Lord, Brewer, must show necessary improvement if they're to go that little bit further. But they've had 3 grand final appearances in the last 5 years and still yet to crack it. There's some questions asked down at Cardinia Park.
4 and 7.
Well, Robbo, after half-time, we might see one of the questions answered when Barry Stoneham gets his run. It'd be great to have him back into the side.
Number 25 onto the ground, Jason Snell. Number 13 off is Glenn Kilpatrick, an ex-Essendon player, Kilpatrick.
Clint Bizzle, a former Queenslander. And a goal to the Cats. Johnny Barnes having a rest, and Stephen King doing the rucking for the Cats. Teal Cupper, captain in 1994 for Victorian Country, boy from Shepparton. And in the middle, free kick Essendon's way to be taken by O'Connor. Hasn't got the height to match King, but certainly has got the bulk. Former Tasmanian. Look at the distance into the breeze. Oh, Cockatoo Collins is putting on a show here today. Sensational.
Well, he has another opponent, Brenton Sanderson, at this stage, but Cockatoo Collins, whether it's at ground level or as in this one is, being prepared to jump up and meet the ball very aggressively, he's certainly in fine form.
Coming up for his 7th kick, and we've got 5 minutes to go, over 5 minutes to go to half-time. in these shortened halves. So what a start for Che Cockatoo Collins. 51 metres out from goal. Gee, got the distance right on the line. That went 50.5 metres, and the mark taken by Julian Kersner right on the behind line. Played just one senior game in 2 years at the Bombers. Might get more chances. And that's a clever looking banana kick. Looks all right. Great goal.
Well, it has been a long time between drinks for Julian Kersner. He played his one and only game right back in round 24 of 1994 and missed all last year playing reserves right throughout it. Fine young talent, quite athletic, plays well in the forward line, and this kick just shows some degree of skill. Excellent goal, Julian.
Barry Stoneham about to come onto the ground. 2-4 to 4-2. Essendon by 10 points. Ruck contest. Kick forward for Geelong to their left half forward area. Mansfield tackled by Barnard. Well played by Mansfield.
Straight back to him, right on it.
And he takes the free kick at left half forward. Kicks in towards the front of the goals. And it's knocked away. Colbert. Kick falls short and it's taken by Hardwick.
Here comes Barry Stoneham.
Hardwick goes wide. Out towards Berbakoff, who has taken the mark. Still inside Geelong's attacking 50-metre area. Berbakoff kicks towards the middle of the ground. Outnumbered there, Essendon. Hall gets it back there to King. King's kick into the pocket, Lynch. Lynch goes in short. And a good pass and a good mark taken by David Mensch.
Stoneham's gone to full back on Kersner.
Mensch for Geelong. He should score from here. He's about 30 metres out. But the angle, a little difficult to contend with.
Well, it's about the first time Geelong have found that little bit of space for someone to lead into the forward line. It's been very congested down there for quite a period of time now.
Minch, a shot for goal. Looks pretty good. He's happy. The goal umpire signals goal.
Back in the middle with 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. And the Bombers by 4 points after the goal by Mensch. Out of the middle by Kransberg. A little hand pass just went behind Wheeldon. Stoneham attacked the ball very hard. And the body as well. Great to see Barry Stoneham back. And there he is again. Ball slides across to a teammate. And good vision by Sanderson. Finds McGrath. Ball on the bounce. It's still inside the 50 for Essendon here. Now goes outside the white line. Geelong get it going into the centre square. Lord is there. Doolan beats him to the ball. And that'll be thrown up by the umpire in the middle of the ground.
Barry Stoneham would be chafing at the bit to get a bit of a run away from full back at this stage, I'd suggest.
Strange old position for him, isn't it? But 18 months out of the game. Here's a chance here for Biddiscombe. Masiti has been quite prominent for the Bombers. Hawks Lord, then goes back to Doolan with the hand pass. Up to centre wing, Peter Kransberg. Essendon working into the breeze, but they have the lead. Mark to Fraser. Mark Fraser, who tomorrow will be in the sprint representing Essendon, just before the grand final of the competition. It's tapped goalwards by Essendon. Getting back there is Scholl. He goes for the boundary line. Not a smart thing to do in this competition. The ball has gone over the boundary line, and it will be Essendon's free. They won't be able to kick directly to goal. An indirect one, and Masiti has covered the park magnificently here today and has taken the mark.
We spoke about Joe Masiti this time last year and noted how he'd lost so much weight, but I think he even looks a little bit fitter this year. He's worked hard in the opening part of this game, playing in the centre of the ground, has picked up numerous possessions, been quite prepared to work back into defence and up into the forward line.
This will be his 10th disposal in a half of football that's been going, well, allowing for time on. Probably we've been playing just over 20 minutes.
Good vision shown by Wheeldon there. That kick, I think it might have surprised Joe Masiti.
To put the Bombers further in front. They've kicked well at that end of the ground today. Offline are behind. Bombers leading by 5 points.
The kick in, punched away by King. Recovering his position for the Cats was Snell. And the umpire, you can hear quite clearly in the background there, indicating the tackle was too high. So Snell able to kick down towards the wing. It's marked there by Lord. Aaron Lord's game in a final against Carlton, not last year, the year before, when Geelong had 3 last-minute changes, 3 of their more experienced players dropping out, and Lord, only about 18 or 19 years of age, came into the side and was one of their key players in that victory. Chris Danaher, 50 metres from goal, and that kick floats with the breeze, and it's out of bounds. So the free kick will be taken in the back pocket by Barry Stoneham. Stoneham kicks back towards the 50-metre line, but in short, and Lloyd has read it better than anyone. His kick, inboard, Cransburg, 55 metres from goal, passes and finds Cockatoo Collins. Well, Cockatoo Collins rivalling Mercedes for the leading possession gatherer for the Bombers, coming up for his 8th kick.
Essendon just using the ball so well just at the moment. Their short game, their ability to be able to pass the ball over 45 metres has been very accurate. The whole squad's looking extremely sharp.
Cockatoo Collins is 35 to 40 metres from goal, directly in front. Swirling breeze to contend with, but the kick is perfect. It's a goal to Essendon. Cockatoo Collins has now kicked 1-1 in the scoreline for the Bombers, 5-3. They lead Geelong, who are 3-4.
Much of Essendon's work, as we said, has been very, very good. Matthew Lloyd there starting off, quite prepared to use the left foot. Cransburg, the natural left footer, so that one's okay for him. But all the players, we've spoken about Mercedes gathering plenty of possessions. From the centre of the ground forward, Essendon have looked a very, very competent unit.
Just seconds remaining in the first half, and the Bombers have kicked 5 goals into the breeze in a great display. And they win a free kick once again in the middle for the 2nd time in a row to O'Connor. Hand pass across to Cransburg, up inside the 50. And there's the siren for half-time. And Essendon with a handy break of 11 points, having had first half into the breeze. And there's Kevin Sheedy, who I suppose would be delighted to see a 6-man bench here, because it was in a semi-final last year that the Bombers ran out of players, and now he gets his long-stated wish. So at half-time, Essendon 5-3-33, Geelong 3-4-22.
And I thank you for 100 years.
The quarterfinals of the Lightning Premiership are on tonight, and these are the matches so far that are determined. North Melbourne will play Collingwood. St Kilda are the new favourites for the competition after blitzing last night with their stars. They play Brisbane tonight, and Richmond play Fremantle. And the 4th quarterfinal will be between the winner of this game and the winner of the next match between Footscray and the Sydney Swans. Now, Barry Stoneham, we saw him make a brief appearance down on the boundary line. Russell Morris.
Yes, Drew, I'm very excited for Barry, because I spoke to Jeff Oxley, the physio, and he said that Barry was very, very nervous. It might have been good if he could have started on at the beginning of the game, but also I think Terry mentioned it was a strange move by Ezzy, putting him to full back. It would have been good if Stoneham could have maybe played centre-half back, been allowed to run around a little and not been under so much pressure. But anyway, it's good luck for Stoneham. Let's hope he has a really good second half and does very well and gets through the match.
Yep, thanks, Russell. And it's just great to see him back after breaking his leg in 1994. Now, Wheels, how about that? St Kilda, the new favourites with Sportsbook here in Melbourne, 11-4 to win the Lightning Premiership. I wonder when the last time St Kilda were favourites to win anything.
But, gee, they were impressive last night, weren't they? You know, Stan Elves backed in, put in a number of his key players with Stuart Lowe. Robert Harvey was in tremendous touch. So they've taken this Lightning Premiership on in a real serious note, and I think they deserve that favouritism at this stage. Fremantle were good this morning, covering a lot of ground, carrying the football.
The AFL celebrating 100 years this year. And over the years, we've seen a lot of changes, and most of them have come in the last 5 years with umpiring, the rule book. Now we've got 6 interchanges for the Lightning Premiership. It's moving at a great pace, the game, isn't it, Robbo?
Gee, I remember when we had 2 goal umpires, 2 boundaries.
You played Saturday?
And one central umpire. Now when you have a look at 3/4 time, Drew, there's a team of umpires out there nearly as much as a football team.
Second half gets underway. Essendon by 11 points, and Barry Stoneham is at centre-half forward for the Cats. And straight away, the Bombers into attack. There's Lynch palming off Grenvold. Doolan gets the hand pass up the centre corridor. Here's Masiti, who was outstanding with 11 possessions in the first half. Back to Doolan. Lufat. The gloves of O'Connor couldn't drag down the mark. Cransberg, number 23. Bit of a scramble to start the second half. Lord for the Cats. Comes out wide, and a man in space is Tanner. He's got a 10-metre break on Fraser. Tanner waits, delivers the hand pass. McGrath up towards half forward, close to the line. Mansfield at full stretch. I think he got the last touch, so the Bombers have the ball.
Pryor goes in towards half-back, a little bit risky. Berbakoff able to recover his position. Hardwick receives the hand pass and then kicks wide out towards the wing. Player on his own, Lufat, gives the hand pass there to Doolan. Doolan goes wider to Wheeldon. Wheeldon, a lovely long kick towards full forward. That surely must be a free kick.
Yep.
Against the Geelong player, Sanderson, I think it may have been. No, it's not Sanderson. It's Ben Graham. And the free kick will go to Kersner.
Gavin, as defenders, we often curse this one. Your momentum's going forward, but definitely contact's there, isn't it?
Yeah, it was definitely pushing the back. Good free kick. The umpire's in a good position to play that one.
Now, Kersner, if he can just work this breeze out, it's going from right to left. So if he kicks at the right goal post, which he's done quite magnificently, and threaded it through for a goal. Second goal for Julian Kersner. And the Bombers extend their lead to 17 points. They lead 39-22.
Well, just some of the players involved in that lead up there was Wheeldon was the kicker down here, and Kersner gets the opportunity by playing in the front position. And great opportunity here for Julian Kersner with Paul Salmon going to Hawthorn. They'll always be looking for a taller goal scorer, and he's shown well here today.
17-point break now. Masiti once again cleaning up in the middle, as he's done since the first bounce. Almost a clever mark, but not finally dragged in. The umpire's going to call for it and will ball it up.
Straight at it, eyes on it.
Scholl, who was a surprise packet and played every game last year. Here he goes, number 12. That ball was punched to the boundary line, and Scholl happy to see it over because he knows it's his kick.
That's it there.
Comes up short, awkward half volley. Biddiscombe gets the hand pass back to Scholl, who had plenty of touches there in that minute. Stephen King. Here's Scholl again, building his stats nicely. Hall. Kick by Hall up towards the centre of the ground. Didn't quite have the carry, and Mercedes chopped it off again.
Well played by Colbert to put the pressure on, and eventually gets the hand pass, although it was a little ordinary, but he's able to just make up for it by backing up and getting a left foot kick towards the half forward area, and the mark taken by Mansfield. And Mansfield kicked 6 goals for Geelong at Victoria Park one day when Geelong made some sort of a comeback against Collingwood, but has basically made a reputation for himself as a defender with the Cats. He's a beautiful kick, and this is a pretty good kick, although the goal umpire moves across and signals that it has missed off to the right-hand side and through for a behind.
Other thing about Michael Mansfield, he's been a top player in grand finals, even when the Cats themselves haven't gone so well. He's always stood up. Fraser for the Bombers, up towards centre wing. Oh, good mark to Cransberg. He's been around a long, long time for limited opportunities, really, in the senior side. Grenvold slides the hand pass away to O'Connor. Long kick to the forward line. 2 against 2 here. Play on, says the umpire. McGrath for the Cats. No point in going for the safety of the boundary line. He played that beautifully. Up to Sanderson. Tanner had to wait. Into Graham. Riccardi, a good mark. Under a lot of pressure. And took an excellent mark in front of Hardwick. And a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, a bit too much treatment after he took the mark. You can see Hardwick really do a bit too much, see? So it's really going to be another free kick. So once he's had the mark, you've got to put him back another 50.
And this brings him right up the ground. Hardwick standing on the mark about 35 metres from goal. So Riccardi should get the goal, despite the fact he's into the breeze. He lets it get left. And he's kicked it behind.
2 behinds to Peter Riccardi. We saw him just be a little indecisive in the first half down the other end of the ground when I think Terry mentioned he should have had a shot for goal earlier. He gave a hand pass and then his snapshot missed in the finish. Doolan to Hardwick. Hardwick gets good distance with the kick in towards the centre of the ground. Taken by Hall, gives away a little bit of ground back to Scholl. Scholl able to get onto his right foot. Oh, he's in trouble now, but he's got the hand pass away. Eventually found Steinfort. It falls now with Doolan. Doolan's hand pass finds Mercedes. Back to Cransburg. Make a mistake around the middle of the ground and you'll pay for it. But that mark is a good one, taken by Ben Graham, close to fullback for the Cats. Kicks across that full-back line and finds Scholl. Looks to give the hand pass away. Now he's being forced to play on. And kicks to just a nest of Bombers. Lloyd drops the mark. Gathered by Lord. Lord's kick towards half forward. Drops in short. Good contest here. And it's won by Hardwick. Over the top of Snell. His kick goes into the middle, taken by Doolan. Doolan's kick is short. And chipping in for Geelong is Hall. Hall's hand pass finds Lord, looking to give the hand pass away. Does so in the finish. Good Shepherd provided. Makes a path for Snell. And the kick in towards the full forward area. Contest there. Brewer the tackler. On the bottom of it is Hardwick, and the umpire calls for a bounce. And Wheeldon having a spell for Essendon. A high kick by Snell. Big punch away provided there by Wellman for Essendon. The ball back towards the middle of the ground. And a contest here, 2 Essendon, 1 Geelong. Scholl in strife. Cransburg the tackler. Well done by Brad Scholl. Awaited Hall. Hall's kick towards half forward. Punched away. Mercedes shares it with Wellman. Wellman's kick towards half forward is a good one. Mark is taken by David Grenvold.
Grenvold centres. And here's Matthew Lloyd, who's playing on Stoneham. Stoneham at centre half-back. The kick by Lloyd. Breeze behind. Away to the right. And brings up a minor score. Lloyd's kick 1 goal 1. The ball quickly into play to Sanderson in the back pocket.
Drew, I think
here's Barry Stoneham.
Drew, this has been a good addition to the game. I think this quick movement of the ball from the fullback with the spare one, it's really opened the game up, as we can see in this particular thrust forward now.
Beautiful disposal by Stoneham. Didn't look rusty at all. And an excellent mark taken by Mansfield from the kick from Tanner. Mansfield centres. Mensch right in front. Just turned around in time to take the mark.
Again, it was a pretty good kick by Michael Mansfield.
But the whole thing came from that the quick kick from full-back, where as soon as the behind is scored, a spare ball is given to the full-back and he can play on immediately. And now the sides, after having had the shot for goal, have got to work extremely hard defensively.
Mensch has already kicked 1. Can certainly score at this end today. A goal.
You can see there, 10.5 minutes left in this game. Essendon lead by 10 points. Cransburg gets the ball away from the centre bounce and kicks high in towards the forward pocket region. Sanderson dropped the mark. Cockatoo Collins, oh, he's crunched unceremoniously by McGrath. And I thought the free kick may have gone back to Cockatoo Collins. I think it has, actually.
Gavin, the call there?
Yeah, the ball had gone right away, and there's no need for, I think it was McGrath to come in and crunch him. And so you got to encourage players not to do that, so therefore pay a free kick. And it was lucky a 50-metre penalty wasn't paid there.
So the game has changed, Robbo.
Well, I think that's fair enough.
Yes,
I think, you know, when you front on like that, and the player with his head down going after the ball, he should be given the protection that he deserves. Cockatoo Collins can convert, and he does so. It's a goal to Essendon. So Cockatoo Collins must feature in Essendon's better players. He's had 9 kicks, 3 marks, and kicked 2 goals, and we've still got something like 10 minutes left in the game.
So we'd earlier seen Darren Whelan come on and sitting on the bench at the moment, and I don't know whether that's a good move from Kevin Sheedy. I have my doubts about Doc Whelan as to whether he can come back after spending time in Adelaide, and I'd want to know early in the season if he was up to it, and I would have kept him on the ground for the entire match here this afternoon.
Cockatoo Collins getting his 2nd goal. We're now back in the middle live. O'Connor takes clean possession and thumps it to centre half forward. Cockatoo Collins has had 3 different opponents. Sanderson with him now. Grenvold pulled off the ball when he didn't have it. Free kick to Grenvold. A reminder that after this, the last of the first round matches. Footscray against Sydney, and after the football today we go to Queensland for the AT&T Skins Golf at Sanctuary Cove. A big day on 7 Sport, and we're back at the football tonight for the quarterfinals. Glenn Kilpatrick runs through the middle, up towards centre half forward with his kick. Tanner. Oh, he ducked into trouble.
Got him high.
Got him high, said the umpire. That could have gone the other way. So it goes to Mansfield.
The first consideration from an umpire is the legal, is the tackle legal or not, and definitely not a legal tackle.
Thanks, Gavin. Glad you cleared that up for me. Mensch takes them. No, it's
Don't you reckon he'd get a bake from that umpire at training during the week, Drew, if he didn't look after him?
It's my good mate Stewie. I better look after him.
Come out, fellas. Back.
So Wheeldon looks on from the dugout as Lee Colbert goes for goal. 16 points the difference. Offline. So they've had some direct shots gettable, and they've missed them.
Yeah, a score line at the moment of 4 goals, 7, and as you, in actual fact, 3 of those were a poster, I think, early. But I mean, they have had shots that certainly should have been converted.
Berbatov kicks away from the left back pocket area, out towards the wing. Now an interesting situation here, where the boundary umpire has made a decision, and the free kick is going to go to Geelong. Well, it was very close. The kick forward was taken by Snell. His short kick was Anderson, and Anderson's kick has been marked by Hardwick for Essendon. He kicks wide out towards the far wing. Well, it's not that wide. It's not that far away from the centre of the ground. Mansfield gets back onto his right foot and then kicks nicely to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick, a couple of years ago, playing in Essendon colours. Spent a year in South Australia and now back with the Cats. Hardwick couldn't take the mark. Chance for Wallace to get clear. Just took a little bit too long to get rid of the ball, and his kick was fairly well ineffective. Lloyd under pressure now to keep the ball in. He does. His left foot kick not too bad either. Fraser, who's got plenty of pace, runs away and then decides to bounce. He's gone through the wing.
Tremendous
and
run.
Keeps going. Will he keep going? Touches it on the ground. And he's dragged down and he's going to be penalised.
That's right. He had prior opportunity and the ball just slipped out. Bad luck on the ball.
So a little bit stiff there. Tanner with the football for Geelong.
Towards the centre of the ground, ill-directed, and straight onto the chest of Doolan. Ben Doolan getting an opportunity. A lot of senior players being rested today. Harvey, Hurd, Long, Somerville, Thompson, Wanganeen, O'Donnell, Fletcher. So it's a pretty strong lineup. Players to come back for the Bombers. Scholl. Short pass. Very ordinary kick. Straight to Lloyd. And Lloyd is being picked up by Stoneham, but Stoneham didn't have a hope that time. Kick by Lloyd across the half-forward line. Kransberg marks about 55 metres from goal. Decent sort of a breeze at his back. They lead 7-4 to 4 goals 7. Just over 6 minutes remaining. He's gone for the big torpedo. Didn't quite get it. And the mark taken by Graham in the goal square. Gets it across to Sanderson. Number 22 is Brady Anderson, an October draft pick from East Perth. Here's kick towards the centre of the ground. Here's Big Bazza. Well played, Barry Stoneham, but unfortunately, through no fault of his own, the free was given away by a teammate, and it'll be Lloyd's kick.
Lloyd looks to play on, called to do so. Mercedes short kick. Chance for Essendon now. Doolan receives the hand pass into an open goal, and a poor kick by Ben Doolan. Very ordinary for these standards. Brought quickly back into play by Graham. Kick nearly marked by Mansfield, taken away by Kilpatrick. He was on the ground early and found it difficult to get into it, but he's had 3 or 4 touches since coming back. Now Geelong go forward into the pocket, knocked away from Mensch by Wellman.
That's an interesting one. The umpire said throw it in.
Yeah, the boundary umpire indicated he doesn't know who it was, and the field umpire doesn't either, so there's no point in guessing and just have a throw in.
So the throw in about 55 metres from the Geelong goal. Forced forward by Colbert. Opportunity for Tudor. Close to the line. Both players trying to keep it in. Very difficult now, although you can't shoot for goal. Wallace has given away the free kick, and inside that 50-metre zone, the player has to pass it. He's passed it into the square. There's no one there. Geelong will get an easy goal, very easy goal, in the finish kick by Carl Steinfort.
Goal scorer Carl Steinfort, who was the Cats' first pick in the '94 draft, played the season in the reserves last year. Now being picked up by Masiti, who's still getting plenty of it, and he's had not that many, 18 possessions. Smoke and Joe Masiti. Grenvold on all fours, and the umpire will be forced to run in here and throw the ball in the air. So possibly no time for the ruckman to get there, so who'll contest? Well, it wasn't a contest eventually. Lufat to Doolan. Fraser goes wide with his kick, and the mark's taken out there by Bloomfield. Towards the forward line, Graham, a bit of a fumble. Kersner paddles it. Stoneham fumbles it back towards the goal line. Desperation now for Barry Stoneham. And the reason we're getting so excited about the return of Stoneham, he was just an automatic state player, just a fantastic player until he broke his leg.
So a ball up right in front of the Essendon goal. Kicked by Lloyd, a high ball, close to the line, and players not prepared to grab it in that 50-metre area. There's going to be a free kick here, surely no. Lynch, now the advantage with Geelong, and the umpire realising that it really wasn't an advantage. So it'll go back to the original recipient of the free kick, Lynch, in that left back pocket. Short kick. Well, that's ordinary play. A shot for goal. Is it Bloomfield? It's a pretty good kick. It's a goal to Essendon.
The goal scorer, Blake Caracella, an 18-year-old drafted in '94. So Sheedy's certainly using the bench. He's been given the chance to have 6 interchanges, and he's using them. Masiti, another little touch there in the middle. Stoneham juggles a mark. It comes back to him. Might have been clipped round the ear. Play on. Pull the ball in. There wasn't a great tackle there, so play on, said the umpire. Sanderson, the hand pass. Seinford. Kilpatrick won the McGarry medal last year in South Australia. That was Berbakoff, number 51. And now they work it beautifully out of defence. Pryor, short pass. Pransberg up the centre corridor. Good football. Nobody there for Geelong. Little hand pass across. And Grenvold goes for the goal. Didn't quite cap off a brilliant bit of play behind.
They're in control at the moment, Essendon, aren't they? Where the ball gets up into defence, they're able to turn it around. And Shea Cockatoo Collins there just having a little bit of a spell. Everything seems to be sitting okay for the Bombers.
Good mark taken by Matthew Lloyd in front. Just 18 when he was a preferred draft choice by the Bombers. They did a lot of things last year to try and get Lloyd into Essendon colours. And this player here is Justin Bloomfield.
Drafted from Tuggeranong in the ACT.
Well, Aussie rules played all over the country, and it's good to see players coming from everywhere to try their luck in the AFL. It's a good kick. Well done there by young Bloomfield. He's kicked his first goal, and Essendon go further ahead. They lead 9-6-60, and Geelong are 5-7-37.
And this is a great vehicle, this whole Lightning Premiership competition for these young players. We're looking at young Justin Bloomfield. He played 19 games in the reserves last year. You know, good grounding with the Essendon club, and this competition allows him now to step up and play against the senior players from opposition clubs.
9-6 to 5-7, 2 minutes left. So Essendon, you would think, will go through to the next stage of the Lightning Premiership. Fraser, dashing as ever, gets onto his right foot, kicks in towards centre half forward. Good mark, excellent mark to Caracella. That goal he kicked earlier in this half would give him enormous confidence, and there were good signs there by Blake Caracella. He's kicking from about 40 metres, directly in front, and just waits the kick nicely, and it's through for a goal. So Caracella hasn't had much time on the ground, but he's managed to kick 2 goals.
And some very neat work from the young player too. You know, here we have a great run. Mark Fraser this will be an important year for him to be able, only 5 games last year through hamstring injuries, but the young players being able to step up, and great degree of poise in that mark. A good contest there in amongst the Geelong players. Poise in the mark, poise in the disposal. Excellent work.
Barnes gets his right hand to it. Riccardi quickly onto his foot. Mark taken by Mansfield. Mansfield quickly towards goal. Gee, it's a good effort. A very quick answer there by Geelong. Goal to Mansfield. He's kicked his second, and Geelong, well, they didn't kick enough goals with the Breeze in the first term, but mind you, Essendon managed to kick a few goals against the Breeze in the first term also. So it's been pretty good football in this match and the previous match, which was played between Adelaide and Fremantle.
Well, the Cats can bring back at later stages Gary Ablett, Gary Hocking, Paul Couch, Billy Brownless. But a lot of good players have played out there today, and the Cats have gone down. Grenvold, the kick inside the 50. Graham, one of the longest kicks in the competition, but a little fumble there onto the boot, and all he's done is give the ball to the opposition. Kersner takes the free kick. He attempts to centre. Sanderson gets back there. Caracella had a chance. Now it's come off the hands, and the umpire ruled an Essendon free kick. He can't go directly towards goal, so Caracella has got to find a teammate inside the 50.
He looked more like a back pocket then than a forward pocket.
Yeah. Well, the Cats have done the right thing and tried to crowd it up here pretty well, but he's still found a teammate, and Lufat has taken the mark, and he's only about 30 metres out from goal. So there was a lot of movement going on off the ball, and the Cats weren't able to cover everybody. Sean Lufat, who hasn't played the entire match. Not many stats, but a chance for the youngster. Been a good win, about the highest score in the competition. They've kicked 10 already, the Bombers, and Lufat has missed with this one. It is 10 goals 7. James Hurd, a youngster, in the wings for the Bombers. And they have the opportunity to play some of these players later in the competition, and they've had a victory in the first round, even despite the fact that they rested them. Stoneham goes out wide to Riccardi. Riccardi's short pass, and Steinfort takes the mark. Berbatov gets the last touch. There's the siren. The Bombers victorious and qualify for the quarterfinals to play the winner of the next match between Footscray and Sydney. And that's a decent sort of a score on a windy day in a game of football that's 17.5 minutes each way plus time on. 10-7-67, Geelong 6-7-43.